Died to polio. Fair. It's been a while since I've read anything about the lore, and I've played America exactly one time, so I don't exactly have a good reason to go looking up things like that on a regular basis. But honestly, with Spain, my train research is done. Let's see here. What do we want now? Synthetic refineries, I think. But yeah, as I was saying, France did an early war with banning the FAUD. Wait, they can do that? I didn't know that. I mean, the two early war instances I've seen with France haven't turned up in a couple of patches, so I figured they removed them, and one of them I've only seen in the Darkest Hour version of Kaiserreich. But basically, number one is they shell the Rhineland. Oops, didn't mean to click on that. Number one is they just decide to shell the Rhineland for some random reason. And as a result, Germany declares war on France. The other is France has that event with Switzerland where they can demand part of their territory. It's Romandy or Savoy or something, and it used to be the case that Switzerland would go to Germany and be, please help us. And if Germany said yes, that meant war with the French. But I don't think I've ever seen that happen in the Hearts of Iron 4 version. So I'm not sure if it's a thing. Okay, breaking through. Hooray for taking a single province. Okay. What about there instead? Costa Rica requests our protection. Let's see. Horrified by the civil war in the United States. Blah de blah de blah. I'm not sure what this actually does, but we did send Costa Rica a small military garrison earlier on. It was like 100 manpowers and 100 infantry equipment. Oh, it's just a guarantee? Why not? I don't think I've ever seen Costa Rica actually invaded. Except for this one very wacky game where Mexico conquered all of Central America. I am not making this up. Other than that, I don't think I've ever seen Costa Rica actually get invaded. Maybe they can do? I really don't know. Okay, you have help. I don't want you taking more stuff. So we'll attack you even though it's stupid. My divisions have arrived in America. In New Orleans. First of all, I should probably give you a general. No. Hop on the train if you would. Get up to the front line. Why are you guys crossing the water instead of like walking around through Baton Rouge? The hell? See? Much faster. Jesus. Who taught those guys how to use trains? They are terrible at it. Yes, they're trying to be Jesus. Someone should tell them that does not work with trains. And we didn't actually get the event about this because I'm pretty sure that's reserved for America. My setup thing for the events is basically I just get the ones that are relatively localized to me, minus a few important international ones. But yeah, Hawaii is independent now. Oh yeah, and the Philippines. Democracy prevails in the Philippines. Having just achieved independence from the United States, the Philippines face today, perhaps one of the most serious challenges any new country could face. Inspired by the combined syndicates of America and the Bartia Commune, disgruntled army officers marched on Manila to support rebelling peasants and workers. Their attempts were quickly thwarted as loyalist units in the army reaffirmed their support for and intervened in favor of the legitimate democratic Filipino government and drove the rebellious army out of the capital, ending the threat of a syndicalist coup before it could even hatch. The United States taught them well. Yeah. And unfortunately, we had the Indo-Chinese Union going on in, well, Indochina, but I appear to have no way to actually intervene in their favor. I can't send volunteers or join the war. And I have no decisions to help with that, which is very irritating. I know you used to get an event that let you join in and gave you some options for how to help them out. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dad decided to play with the intercom on the phone. Anyways, as we were. Having volunteers on two fronts, though, is going to be a bit of a headache. Let's hope it works out. Modern art of war is donezo. So time to restore the Bundesrat. You should basically take it as a given. I'm going to mispronounce everything that's even remotely not English in its pronunciation, just because I'm terrible at pronouncing things. It's the reason why in Crusader Kings 2 I basically always play in England, because I know I can pronounce the names. Anyways, restore the Bundesrat. Under the Ludendorff regime, many of the privileges of the constituent countries of Germany were abolished. The largest of these insults was the formal dissolution of the Bundesrat, the chamber where delegates from all countries can voice their concerns and vote on empire-wide legislature. By reinstating this organization, we would send a powerful and positive signal to the states of Germany. Replaces Easter promises with restored Bundesrat. Just some more political power game, and the Kaiser is no longer able to appoint the Chancellor. Yeah, I know the Canada thing you're talking about, and that would be kind of nice. Now, hang on a second, I'll be right back. I need to go refill my glass of water, so give me a sec. Okay, I'm back, and I have water again, so hooray for that. So, how are things going in Spain? Slowly pushing in. Very, very slowly. It's not going terrible over in Murica either. Attacking Memphis. And no, there's not a particular reason I went for Memphis first. It's just that it was already under attack, and I just tend to use my volunteers to support the existing divisions of the people I'm attacking, rather than anything else, to be honest. Bulgaria has now peaced out with the Serbians, so let's see what that looks like. It looks like them having lost. And still being at war with the Ottomans. Because the Ottomans did declare war on Bulgaria. I've seen that happen a lot, but it usually is eternal stalemate. I have never seen them actually push in like this. And now they've signed a peace deal. I don't exactly remember what the map looked like at the start. The Ottomans didn't actually gain any land out of that declaration of war, I don't think, though. Which is odd. I guess because they didn't occupy a full state, is my only assumption. 2 million men in Finland dying of supply. Was this before or after No Step Back, by the way? As that is crazy lots. I'm guessing most of them were Russians, though. After, oh. As, to be honest, I am still kind of trying to figure out the new supply systems a little bit. To a degree, it sort of reset a lot of my knowledge about how supply works and such. Reichspakt. Okay. Supply must be pretty rough in Finland. I've never actually had a whole lot of war stuff I did in Finland, so I'm not overly familiar with it. Let's see. Panama Canal crisis. I'm just sort of gonna skim over this one because I can't be bothered to read it, but basically Canada tried to force the nation of Panama to let them occupy the Panama Canal. They said no, and Canada did not declare war on them. That's the Cliff Notes version, anyways. Hey there. Would you like to be attacked? In that case, let's try a little flanking maneuver. Guangdong clique took 5 states and the Guangxi military government was annexed. I struggle to no end when it comes to pronouncing Chinese names. And oh good lord. The war between the left Kuomintang and the Anqing clique, who controls all of this, is still going on. I thought the left Kuomintang would have been conquered long ago, but they're still at it. This is insane. Not quite as insane, mind you, as the time that I saw the American Civil War last until 1942. But yeah. Well, the thing is, at least in my past experience, the current patch may have changed this, I'm not sure, but the left Kuomintang always seems to lose very quickly. So this is unique for me. Them holding out this long. I never seem to see that happen. But maybe that's just my experience. Okay then, you guys can stop attacking if they took that. I guess we'll defend there and maybe whack those guys. See what I can do. No, you need to stand around. Civil Wars last for a while because it ruins the gameplay. It is kind of annoying, you are right about that. And Civil Wars just stick around for ages. And I can finally get a doctrine. So, I'm gonna put it to you since I am basically a super noob when it comes to choosing doctrines. German Empire Land Doctrine. Mobile Warfare or Grand Battle Plan. Those are the two that I could see working for us. Maybe Superior Firepower, I don't know, but Mass Assault just seems weird. Thoughts? And the Commune of France is justifying against us? Let's see. They're probably just about to demand that land from Switzerland that the Swiss will immediately cave on. Would be my bet. Let's see. Mobile and superior firepower are good. Okay, so I'm guessing Grand Battle Plan isn't as good as it used to be then. Because it's been a while since I used it for anything. I remember back in the early days of Hearts of Iron 4, it was basically God tier and gave you massive, insane bonuses. It's probably been nerfed since then, I would guess. Planning buffs, huh? I mean, I think I tried it in a game as the Two Sicilies, but I didn't play long enough to see how good it was, because patch broke. That save. Let's see. I do kind of like using tanks as Germany when I can manage it. Rather than lots of infantry, so mobile warfare? I think mobile warfare. Speaking of production, yeah. Spain's at a bit of a standstill right now. Where are my American dudes? There we are. Second Internationale. First Syndicalist Internationale held in Paris dealt with spreading the ideology overseas, supporting syndicalist movements and strengthening the ties between existing syndicalist nations. And thanks to the gathering's success, the Second Internationale has been called to be held in London. Representatives from the entire world were greeted by a British artillery salute, a Scottish bagpipe chorus, and an overall warm reception. As Europe rolls closer and closer to war, military and economic cooperation between the syndicalists is expected to be the primary topic of discussion. And France and Britain will once again call the shots on the Internationale's policy. Interesting. If it happened, but with Mosley. Yeah, that would be interesting. For sure. And the International Macedonian Revolutionary Organization has declared war on Serbia. I had a brief run as Serbia, and the whole IMRO thing you've got going on down here is kind of interesting. Just because of how non-typical it is for your conventional war. It's an interesting way to deal with fighting insurgents and such that doesn't require you to... see, how do I put this? It's an interesting way to deal with the whole thing that's not wholly dependent on the occupation system. And yeah, I agree, the T.E. Lawrence coup was kind of fun. Even if I have to admit it was probably kind of overpowered. Much in the same way, I rather miss being able to peacefully establish socialism in Russia. It may have been overpowered, but I loved it. I also kind of miss there being an actual better, let's just say, socialist Russia than the current one, which is kind of stupid. A lot of the current socialist system or playing that route in Russia, it isn't that great. And I think the devs have said on a couple of occasions, because I'm actually in their Discord, so I get the messages and stuff about this, that they might actually remove the socialist path from Russia altogether, because they don't think it makes much sense in the Kaiserreich setting, which I really hope they don't. Much as I'm not a fan of the changes they've made in that route, I think having it as an option is nice. Anyways... yeah, anyways, given I've been going for about 3 hours, and it's getting close to 5, i.e. around the time I usually start getting food ready, I think I'm going to end this stream here. But thanks for coming out for this one. Really appreciate the company. And if you're at all curious about what else I'm streaming, I have it in the schedule down below, but at the moment it's Sekiro, Prophecy of Pendor, this, and Modded Morrowind. Though, I do have to change my schedule on a week-by-week basis, just because I have one of those jobs that schedules me differently every week, so I have to change it according to that. Anyways, next stream is Modded Morrowind on Saturday, 1 PM. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.